Hail Karuga! Kapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Happy Sassy's birthday for May 1st, 2023. It is Sassy's 7th birthday. And it's also Connie's birthday. Did I read something like 16 years old for Connie, aka the Random Menaces dog? A very happy birthday to Connie and Sassy. And a big thank you to LDG and Yvette, who have both gifted memberships today. Thank you so much. We see Yitza Lemons and Pudak were gifted memberships by LDG for Yitza and Pudak from Yvette. Thank you so much, you guys. And a big thank you to Not Ryan Johnson, who donated $10 before the stream even began. And there you go, Not Ryan Johnson, with your $10 Eyebrow Dax donation. A $10 donation where Not Ryan Johnson wrote, "Treats for Sassy's birthday." Thank you so much, Not Ryan Johnson. Sassy, you're going to have some treats today. Some treats. Mama prays. Sassy got bacon with her eggs this morning for her special breakfast. And Yvette with a £2 sterling super chat saying, "Happy birthday, Sassy." Thank you so much to the lovely Yvette. And Sassy's about to get her 4 o'clock chicken from Mama Frey. Oh, man. John Araki says uno, because he might have been first. And yes, John Araki, you were first. And John Araki says, "Happy growth scraping day, Sassinator, and happy birthday, Sassy." Happy birthday, Sassy is from John DeMarco. Thank you, John. And John Meyer. Wow, we have John Araki, John DeMarco, and John Meyer, the second, third, and fourth person in the chat says huzzah, huzzah for Sassy. Thank you,
Scanning.
Meyer.
Indications negative at this time.
And John Aragi says, be sure to tune in to Friday's stream where Bird and Sassy will be eating tacos in celebration of Cinco de Mayo. Well, maybe. That sounds like a great plan. And John Aragi says, where did all the lesbians go? Well, Lesbian Visibility Week was last week. Therefore, lesbians have gone back to being nearly invisible. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Kapla. Hail, Karoga. Hail, not Ryan Johnson, who also puts in a happy birthday, Sassy. And Richie Poole with a whole bunch of sassy emojis. Welcome, Richie. Jedi Bills is Kapla, Brother Warrior, Fertile Prey, and all should hail Karoga. Thank you. And Jedi Bills is good news. Fertile Prey, I just hit 3,000 today. 3,000 subscribers for Jedi Bill. Congratulations, Jedi Bill. He has pulled far ahead in the subscription. We've been stuck at 2.77K, and it doesn't look like we're getting any higher anytime soon. So big congrats to Jedi Bill, whose channel continues to grow. Richie Fools is Bird of Prey. Is Sassy doing anything special for her birthday? Well, she already had some special bacon with breakfast, and she's having her regular 4 p.m. chicken. She'll probably get a little extra dinner tonight, but nothing particularly planned. Unfortunately, it has been a really rough weekend here. Sis Prey, Nephew Prey stayed until like midday Sunday. We got a little bit of a rest, and then Sunday evening, the floodgates opened, the rain poured from the skies, and we started flooding in the basement. Now, it doesn't happen very often, once every few years, but this was one of those years where the rain came down so much, so quickly, that it started coming up from under the foundation of the house. And Mom will pray alone had to go down and with the wet dry vac for hours, battle the water. I tried so hard to find somebody to come to the house, but this entire area of Queens, all of the expressways were underwater, so it was very hard to get someone from out. So I tried to just get somebody local on the very local Bayside webpage. I said, here, I could pay $100, $100 if somebody would just come for an hour, and $50 for every hour thereafter. And nobody answered. Oh, I will take the call. Hello, world. No. They hung up. Mom will pray. Got to them. Anyway, yeah, $100 plus $50 an hour. I thought for sure somebody would at least ask, what do they have to do? Even though I said all you've got to do is use a wet dry vac and move a little bit of non-heavy stuff, and nothing, kaput. No takers. I went to TaskRabbit, ready to pay even more. Not a single TaskRabbit available. My God. So Mom will pray ended up doing it on her own until late in the evening. Luckily, the rain stopped. We got some sleep last night. Poor Mama Frey woke up and feeling like she had barely gotten any rest, and I felt terrible for her. Honestly, I felt shitty about a lot of things this morning. Oh, we'll get to that later, maybe. But thank you and congrats, Jedi Bill. Thank you. Josh Street says happy birthday to Sassy. Josh Street says, hope you're giving Sassy a $1,000 steak she's been wanting all year. Josh Street, if I had $1,000 steak, I would give it to Sassy because I wouldn't eat it.
Pre-COVID, that was a $15 steak.
Pre what?
Pre-COVID,
Oh, pre-COVID.
that steak was $15.
Marlo Frey says, yeah, $1,000 steak now would have been a $15 steak pre-COVID. Josh Reed says, remember to put your Dear Sop and Dear Mops over at Dear Bop. No, that is for Dear Bop. Last son of K says, Kapla Bird. Hail Mamo Pray in chat. Happy birthday, Sassy. Thank you, last son of K. And he also says, congratulations to Jediville on 3,000. LDG at hashtag free the net says, where is Bird? Bird's not answering. He's passed out in the underground. Oh, I muted the underground. Sorry about that. I muted the underground. I guess I'm still there, but muted. I forgot all about it. I'm playing loud and annoying clips to wake him up. Well, that was the problem, LDG. I heard a bunch of loud and annoying clips, so I just muted it. And then I forgot I was there. Last son of K says, uh-oh. Mr. Londell says, wakey, wakey. LDG says, it's official. Bird is late. That was at 4 p.m., but then I went live. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. LDG says, there he is. Okay, we are good. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. Jedi Bill says, happy birthday to Sisso Prey. No, it's Jedi Bill. It's not Sisso Prey's birthday. It's Sassy's birthday. Sassy O'Prey. Sisso Prey's birthday is in December. And the Random Menace, there he is. Says, greetings from the future and happy birthday, Sassy. And happy birthday to Connie. And I know I have to sing happy birthday to them both. So here it goes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sassy and Connie. Happy birthday to you. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Sassy. And thank you, LDG and Yvette, for those gifted memberships, and Yitza Lemons and Pudak. Again, got those gifted memberships. Arabic Saunders says, Kapla Berto Pray. Kapla Arabic. And Pat S says, happy May Day, Bird. Happy May Day, birthday boy, Bop. Now, it's not my birthday. It's my dog's. It's Sassy's birthday. Happy birthday, Sassy O'Prey. Miss Lundell's groovy movie says, Kapla. Kapla, Miss Lundell. And Jedi Bill says, well, happy birthday, Sassy O'Prey. And a bunch of sassy emojis. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Kapla all. Kapla Gorilla. Josh Reed says, what did Late O'Prey 5 decide to be later? Why did No, he just says, what did Lato Pray 5 decide to be later than normal? I think he meant, why did I? And he says, oh, I just need to refresh the stream. LDG puts in a bunch of sassy emojis. Josh Street says, we want the sassy cam. I'm sure you do, but it's not going to happen. Not today. I don't even have a shirt on. I have my hospital gown. Mr. Lundell says you need to have a sump pump installed. I know, but that's thousands and thousands of dollars. Plus, they need to put a fucking jackhammer in my basement. It's loud and make all types of dust. And no sump pump. We'll just deal with the occasional. What we need is to have somebody ahead of time we can call, who can be on call to come over and just wet dry vac.
We did order that.
We did order an emergency sump pump kind of contraption, portable sump pump, but it doesn't require, a giant hole in your floor. We'll see. We'll see. 54.5 Access Radio says happy May Day / birthday to Comrade Sassy. Sassy, are you a spy for the Russian government? What? Nuclear vessels? That's an awful big word for a beagle. Sassy wants to know where the nuclear vessels are. They're across the bay in Alameda. Gorilla says, I would have come for free. Thank you, Gorilla. A lot of people have, offered, wish they were in, well, they don't wish they were in New York City, but they do wish we were closer to them, generally wherever they live, and that they would have no problem coming over to do those types of things. And I really do appreciate all the people who tell me that. And maybe one day we will move somewhere and call upon you to help, but unfortunately, doesn't seem like it's likely to happen anytime soon. Josh reads his bird. The last time you put an ad out like that, you added 50 people to Karoga's mining workforce. Shh. We were looking for adults, not children. Professor Brainy Specs' bird is always late. And happy birthday to Sassy. Oh, pray. Thank you, Professor. Jedi Bill says, thanks for the pray. I get that now. No worries, Jedi. John Aragi says, what is it with normal people named Joe forgetting where they are, staying awake, answering questions, and having trouble reading things off computer screens live? I can't say that I know of any. Well, I only know of one other famous Joe that has those problems. He may just happen to be a fellow world leader. Professor Brainy Specs says, happy birthday to Connie. Dan Ben says, hi, welcome, Dan Ben. Dandelion Down says, happy birthday, Sassy. Did Sassy have to blow out the candles on the birthday cake? No cake for Sassy. Sassy prefers meat. But today, Mama Pray pointed out, today's the day that Sassy, in dog years, overtook me. Last time, I was still older than Sassy. Now Sassy, 49 years old. Wait.
Scanning.
Yitzhak
Indications
Lemons
negative at this time.
says, thanks for the membership gift. That sounds dirty. And LDG, free the net, with a $2 super chat. Says, Bird, I need a replacement orphan. Mine has broke. You shouldn't have sat on them, LDG. You shouldn't have sat on them. You can't use an orphan as a chair. Josh Street says, Bird, we want a bird rant. Josh Street, I don't think you're going to get a rant today. I think what we might get today is a Birdo Prey 5 confession. A sad confession, but maybe.
You're gonna upset me?
It might be upsetting to Mama Prey. That's what I don't want. I don't want to upset Mama Prey. Words and Pictures is Kapla Bird. Tough time for you and Mama Prey.
Go ahead, confess. We've been able to walk this whole time.
Mama Prey wants me to confess that I've been able to walk this entire time. If I could, that would be a happy confession.
I know.
No, unfortunately, this is a sad confession that I am, in fact, a shitty person. Ms. Lundell says, try a small portable sump pump first. That's what we're going to try.
We ordered.
We ordered one today. Words and Pictures says, happy birthday, Sassy. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Yes. John Araki says, why pay to have a sump pump put in? AOC said, we only have a couple of years left before the world ends. Exactly. Exactly. What's the point? Gorilla's Random Thought says, no way I would live near New York and visiting that be just for you, and that's pushing it. Don't visit just for me. That is for sure. Nobody should visit just for me. It's an awful place. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Words and Pictures. Professor Brainy Specs with a 25-month Karogan Citizen Super Chat. Aren't you very anti-Karogan for a Karogan Citizen? Says, don't upset Mamo Prey. We want Mamo Prey happy and healthy. We love you, Mamo Prey.
Thank you.
And Mamo Prey says, thank you, Professor. John Aragi hasn't heard a good bird rant in a while. Just haven't been awake enough, John Araki. LDG is lolling. Words and Pictures is good to see you, Jedi Bill. Josh says, LDG wouldn't have broke if you didn't feed it normal food. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hello, Captain. Arabic Sonder says, hey to Captain. And Captain says, hey back to Arabic Sonder. So, I'm going to come out. I'm going to confess. Now, I feel nothing you say is going to make me feel any worse than I already do. But I got to say it. It was a shitty weekend. It started out good because Nephew of Prey was here, and seeing him and hearing him talk, and he had his operation to get the gook out of his ears so he can hear better now, and you can tell he understands better and he's talking clearer. He even was able to talk to Alexa and shut up, Alexa. And he was able to get her to turn on and turn off. Not every time, but once at least that I noticed. Seeing him do his math with his numbers on the refrigerator, and he puts the numbers, and he's like, it's just like, I don't know what he's doing, but you can tell he's counting something. So it's absolutely wonderful to have Nephew O'Prey here. That said, having Nephew O'Prey here puts extra strain on Mom O'Prey and extra strain on Sassy. And Sassy starts barking and barking and barking some more. And Mom O'Prey tries to get Sassy to stop barking. But Charlie is running and running and running around. Charlie starts feeding all types of stuff to Sassy, some of it food, some of it not. It takes constant watch and whatnot. And I can barely do anything, stuck in the hospital bed. And Charlie's running around, jumping from piece of furniture to piece of furniture. Mom O'Fray put out this box she thought would keep him away from a piece of furniture that has the battery backups for the hard drives, my network attached storage hard drives, and what she thought he would just leave and not move. As soon as he saw the box, he pulled it right out and he opened up the doors, which he had never opened before, behind which was the uninterruptible power supplies. And he sees this big, jolly, candy-like button on the uninterruptible power supply. And before I could say anything, he pulls out the box, he opens the door, and boop, presses the button, immediately cutting power off to the uninterruptible power supply, immediately powering down the network attached storage, which had an uninterruptible power supply, just because the entire point was it should never power down immediately like it did. And he had no idea what he was doing, but he pressed it. The lights went off immediately, and I felt it in my chest. I was like, oh my God, is this going to turn back on again? Did I just lose 100? Now, granted, everything on there is backed up, but it takes dozens, if not hundreds of hours to get the data back and get it how I need it and whatnot. And I honestly didn't know if it was going to work again. And I got a little bit upset, but not terrible. But luckily, after turning it back on and waiting enough time, it did work like it was supposed to. But then for the rest of the day, I saw Mom O'Prey get tireder and tireder, and we got to bed quite late. And then the next morning, he was up early. Sis O'Prey was up early, and again another day was going, and they left midday, and we were supposed to get washed, but we were just so tired. We were putting it off till later in the evening, and then later in the evening turned out to be the storm. So Mom O'Prey was dealing with the flood. I was up here with Sassy, who would go from being anxious to barking to anxious again. And I feel so bad for Sassy. Like, Sassy the problem with Sassy is even when her vet would come, Sassy would have a seizure. Sassy is so scared of being with anybody other than Mamo Prey or Sisso Prey that even if we had somebody willing to come and take Sassy for a walk, Sassy wouldn't go. Okay, the only 3 people we've ever seen be able to take Sassy is Mamo Prey, Sisso Prey, and Camille. And Camille is currently going through her own issues at the moment. Sisso Prey obviously is raising nephew of Prey. I don't expect her to be able to do anything for Sassy for any time soon. So it's really just Mama Prey. I've tried calling another supposedly at-home vet, another at-home groomer. Neither called back. But Sassy, she barks at times. She makes, I hate to say it, but she makes life harder. And she gets so scared. And I feel so bad to see her get so nervous that she falls into a seizure. She literally has a seizure if she gets too nervous, if a stranger comes around her. Even if it's the nicest stranger, even if it's a person who's worked with dogs their entire lives and other dogs take to them instantly, but even if they're nice people, no reason to have a seizure. Sassy still seizes up, and it hurts me to watch her do that. It hurts me to see her go through it. And I think, my God, what would happen if something happened to me? If Mamo Prey had to go into the hospital, or I had to go into the hospital and Mamo Prey had to come with me, like, what would we do with Sassy? And I cry a bit. I tear up thinking about it. And I started thinking that, well, Sassy's not young anymore. She's not old, but she's not young anymore. And this morning I woke up and I was like, well, Sassy probably has less days ahead of her than she has behind her. And honestly, part of me thought, I will miss her, but when the day comes that she passes, life will probably get easier for me, Mama Prey. I feel bad for nephew Prey because he loves Sassy. But the reality is, I thought, life would get easier. And then Mama Prey reminded me it was her birthday. And I felt like total shit. I was laying in bed, feeling like crap. Wasn't wishing Sassy anything bad, but I was thinking there's be a silver lining.
There's no silver lining.
And then on my own dog's goddamn birthday, I was thinking, well, it might not be too long now.
I don't want you to feel like shit. I really don't.
I know you don't want me to
No.
finish.
And you should. You should. Because if you had to go in the hospital, or I had to go in the hospital, well, I don't go to the hospital. So, anyway, Camille could take Sassy. Your sister could take Sassy. Hmm?
Well, Sis O'Bray can't take Sassy. She can't have Sassy and Nephew O'Bray in the house at the same time. You'd go crazy.
It would be workout for a short period of time. Okay. Now that you've told that long, sad story, you need to tell one more story about Nephew O'Prey. I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to stand here like this. And now you're going to tell a story. Go ahead. Go ahead. I dare you.
So, you guys know that when I have to urinate, I have my handy dandy Geloja machine, a wet dry vacuum with a custom made attachment to which I pee into throughout the day. And usually Nephew O'Prey runs away from the loud vacuum noises. And, it's never really an issue. But this week, now that Sis O'Prey has started attempting to potty train him, and he has apparently grown more curious as to what parts are where on different people. This time I put the vacuum on and I was doing my business, and I look over and there is Nephew O'Prey right up against my bed
On his
tip his toes, looking exactly at what was going on. And I was like, oh no. No. I couldn't stop.
I was hysterical.
Mom O'Bray's hysterical laughing on the other side of the room. She's not coming any closer. I'm like, oh, I was like, Charlie. I was like, people generally like to be left alone when they have to go to the bathroom, but he doesn't understand what I'm saying. So after I'm done, I explained to him that this is something only I do because I have a problem where I can't get to the bathroom, that most people don't pee like this. And then I had to pee again later in the day. And again, he's back watching it happen. So I try to explain to him that, again, this is not normal. Don't follow this. But yeah, he's gonna be a confused kid. I can only imagine if he ever gets to school and they start talking about potty training or whatever. He's like, yeah, I have an uncle who pees into a vacuum cleaner, and the teacher is going to yell at him for lying or something. And he's like, no, it's called a Geloja machine. And the teacher's gonna be like, that's it. You're suspended. And they're gonna go to Sissel Frey. He's like, your son is saying he's got an uncle who feeds it to a vacuum cleaner and calls it a Jaloja machine. And then Sissel Frey is gonna have to bring up the stream on YouTube or something. Oh my God. Honestly, the saddest part is that Nephew O'Prey loves Sassy. Nephew O'Prey loves Sassy. When he was leaving, like Sis O'Prey said, you want to say bye to Grandma? Bye, Grandma. You want to say bye to Uncle Joey? He says bye, Alexa. Who else do you want to say bye? Bye, Sassy. Bye, Sassy. He says bye to Sassy. I felt like shit. I felt like shit all day. Josh Reed says LDG, it wouldn't have broke if you didn't, oh yeah, we read that. You'd fed it normal food, meaning the Karogan orphan. John Aragi says if Bird is going to upset Mom O'Frey needs to upset Bird right back. She kinda did. Professor Brainy Specs says Bird, I retain my Karogan membership for Mom O'Frey, Sassy O'Frey, Nephew O'Frey, and Sis O'Frey. Well, thank you, Professor. John Araki says, phew, I thought Bird was going to confess to us where he and Uncle Bally buried all the bodies. No. Stan Lee says, that's when you give up and start over. I've lost a few hard drives, missed the data for a while, but I usually get over it. And Stanley says, try to at least back up pictures and stuff. Yes, I do. I have the pictures backed up to a couple of places. Plus, I have everything backed up to an online service called Backblaze. So everything's backed up. Everything of importance is backed up on the cloud, which I can order a hard drive through the mail if my laptop or my hard drives ever got stolen or burnt or broke down or got struck by lightning, I can order a hard drive with all my I have 2 terabytes of backed up data. So I could order a 2 terabyte hard drive, USB 3 hard drive. So I could just copy everything over onto the newest computer. Or I could just download it, but that would take forever. John Araki says, breaking news, Birdo Prey 6 attempts to assassinate the Emperor of Karoga by pulling the plug on him and taking his rightful place on the throne. Stanley says, but usually it's just games and movies. Yeah, well, the biggest data is video files. Yvette says, Bird, may I suggest you get some child locks for any cupboards and doors to stop this happening in the future? Yeah, we have child locks, but for whatever reason, that one door didn't have the child lock put on because there had always been something in front of it. And, nobody ever thought he'd be able to pull it out of the way. The Basco scenario, Kapla Basco, says, hey, bud, hope you're doing well. Thank you, Basco. Hope you're doing well. Professors is great idea to Yvette. No, absolutely. Basco says, Captain Fandom Nerd says, hey, bud, hope you are well. Arabic Signer says, hey, to Basco. John Araki says, I relate to Bird's sassy story a lot, but with girlfriends. Oh. Okay, John, you got me. You got me. Keely Chow says, hey, everybody, what's going on? Hail to Vasco. Stanley says, an extra large attachment. It's large enough for its job. Keely Chow says, hello to Captain Fandom Nerd. Keely Chow also says, hello to Jedi Bill. And Roll Tide. Is Jedi Bill from Alabama? Keely Chow says, happy birthday to Sassy. And Stanley says, does he want his own vacuum now, too? No vacuums for Nephew O'Prey. 47 Yorktown's laughing. Last son of Kay is laughing. Stanley says, I could use one of those for my bedroom. I've used the window a few times. You just get a bucket. John Araki says, did Bird tell Charlie that the president uses diapers? I did not. And John Araki is laughing. Stanley says, our bed fans out of style. Bed fans are for the other thing. Todd Jenny Kapla says, happy birthday, Sassy. And Todd Jenny says, name changes to Alexa Bird. No. And Todd says, cheer up. There is a woman on Spotify that does covers of pop songs in Klingon. And Todd says, what about the extortion photos of Salty? And he says, I still have a clip of the episode where I took over the bird tower. And he says, I am the Alpacorian. This is the way. This is the way, huh? If you say so. I have to cough. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's check out what's going on the web. It's some Wordle time. Again, this is not the New York Times Wordle. This is WordleWebsite.com fake Wordle. So guys, put in a 5-letter word. The first person to put a 5-letter word in chat, that will be my Wordle word to start with for today. Some good words are words that use a lot of vowels. Arise is a good word. Like Louis is actually an excellent word. Cupid. Galactic X puts in Cupid. Cupid. And we've got a C in the wrong space. So let's see. BATCH. That's a good word that doesn't reuse. We got an A and a C in the wrong spot. Okay. So let's see. Arch, ARCE. Acers? Is that a word? Arches? Acres. ACRES. Okay, we've got AC in the right space, and we've got an R somewhere else. So A E I O U. So it could be an O or a U. Accurate. A Kurt. A Kurt. No, it can't be a T. Accure. No E. A Curie. Acuni. Acuni. No, it has to be an R. AC. Acuri. There has to be an R somewhere. Okay, so there's no E. There's no U. Oh, there is no U. A, E, I, so it could just be O. Acorn. 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 Nice. Got it in 4. Got it in 4. Acorn. No hard mode. Mr. Lundell did put in a rise. The Traveler says Berto Prey 5. Mayday. Yes, it is Mayday. Todd Jenny said Trump. The Traveler says it's Mayday. Jedi Bill put in balls. Stanley says if you miss a New York Times Wordle Day, you can't go back and do them later. Nope. Once you miss it, it's gone forever. Todd Jenny puts in crime. Gorilla says Ouija. Dan Ben says hello. LDG says no hard mode. The Traveler says greetings. Birds, salty turds, and Mayborn people. Yes. Happy birthday to Mayborn people. LDG says R. Todd Jenny says son of a bitch. AOC. Dan Ben says word I chose was hello. Miss Londell says this is fake Wordle. I told it's fake Wordle. Todd Jenny says I always start with adieu. ADIEU. LDG says actor. Todd Jenny says circa. Acorn. Yes. I got it. It was acorn. Miss Lundell says I did the real Wordle in 4, by the way. Congrats to you. Galactic X says Acuni. Lol. LDD says Acura. Vasco says good to see Miss Lundell. Todd Jenny says I did the real Wordle in 4-2. Lol. I was really cooking. Miss Lundell says welcomes Vasco scenario. Greetings. Galactus X, today is a good day to Wordle. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dan Van says it was a bank holiday Monday in England. And Captain Fandom Nerd says to the Traveler, how are you? So let's check today's holidays. May Day, of course. A day for everyone to come together and celebrate life as we know it. That's not what May Day is about. Beltane. Let's heal the world with fire and celebrate the beautiful festival of Beltane. Heal the world with fire? That sounds like some Pa Wraith shit. It's Kalan Mai. Celebrate this day with lighting and bonfires to fend off evil spirits and witches. Witches? Ain't nobody got time for witches. Couple Appreciation Day. Pamper your partner on Couple Appreciation Day. Let them know they're a priority in your life. Fuck you, Couple Appreciation Day. I don't have anybody to appreciate in that way. Well, not in person anyway. CSS Reboot Day. Celebrate CSS Reboot Day by doing the webmaster's bidding for a day. What? Why the hell would anybody do their webmaster's bidding? Early May bank holiday. Put off your banking chores and spend the day relaxing in this early May bank holiday. I guess that's what Dan Ben talked about. Oh, sorry, coughing. Executive Coaching Day. Join us in celebrating those who taught us to get the best out of our professional life. I've never heard of, I guess I've heard of, but I've never hired an executive coach. Frequent Flyer Day. Enjoy the perks of being a frequent flyer of any airline on Frequent Flyer Day. Global Love Day. Celebrate yourself and all humanity through acts of love and promote peace and unity. Great Lakes Awareness Day. Swimming in cool new ideas to celebrate Great Lakes Awareness Day. International Doodle Dog Day. Enjoy a day of fun and excitement with your poodle mix on this International Doodle Dog Day. International Sunflower Guerrilla Gardening Day. Celebrate International Sunflower Guerrilla Gardening Day by planting sunflowers on a vacant lot near you. When we were growing up, I bought some sunflower seeds and I planted them in the front garden of our house. And one giant sunflower grew from them. And like overnight, the thing grew from a seedling to like 3 feet tall. And in 2 days, it was like a fully big, giant sunflower. And I was so happy. And then the gardener came. And the gardener cut that shit down like it was a fucking weed. Like it was a weed. I was like 9 years old. And our gardener cut down my star sunflower like it was a fucking weed. I was crying. I was like, why, Mom O'Prey? Why would they do this? And Mom O'Prey had no idea. Dad O'Prey had no answer. I wanted him charged with a fucking crime. To this day, I have no fucking idea. If that guy was still alive, I would still ask him, what the fuck were you thinking? Why would you cut down a perfectly good sunflower in the middle of a fucking garden? Like, is this guy just fucking hate sunflowers? I mean, what did he think? Did he think that we didn't want a goddamn giant flower in our garden? Did it somehow ruin the look of our fucking house? fucking asshole. What a dick. Keep kids alive. Drive 25 day. That's fucking commie bullshit. Keep the speed limit too low to make driving useful. How about drive 50 and teach kids not to walk in the fucking street? Labor and Agriculture Day. Hey, Deej, it's a day just for you. Agriculture is crucial for the survival of living beings. That's why we celebrate this amazing day. Learn to ride a bike day. Good. Don't teach them to ride a bike on the fucking street. Okay, streets are for cars. You ride your bike in the park. Lay Day. Celebrate Lay Day by immersing yourself in Hawaiian culture and the spirit of aloha. It's like Risa. Marshall Islands Constitution Day. Get ready for the Marshall Islands Constitution Day with a great article celebrating the Marshall Islands. Oh shit, it's Melanoma Monday. Melanoma, the deadliest type of skin cancer, is developed by 1 out of every 50 Americans. That looks exactly like part of my back. Never been in the fucking sun. Hadn't been in the sun since I was 5 years old, or maybe 10, without a t-shirt. National Black Barber Shop Appreciation Day. Let us understand the importance of the day and join the activities to celebrate. National Blessing Day. Celebrate and appreciate the blessings all over the world on this special day. National Chocolate Parfait Day. Get your dessert spoons ready for National Chocolate Parfait Day. National Infertility Survival Day. Parents or not, today is the day we celebrate everyone and show them support. National Loyalty Day. Our National Loyalty Day, Americans showcase their loyalty to their country. That sounds like a wonderful day. National Mantra Day. National Mother Goose Day. Today we are swept back to memories of our childhood fairy tales. By the way, Yitzhak, if you're here, Nephew O'Prey read your book today. Well, not today, this weekend for the first time. It was a big hit. National Open Farm Day. By the way, Yitzhak Lemons created a book called The Last Dodo. The Last Dodo. You can pick it up on yitzhalemons.com. yitzhalemons.com. Projects or shops. Print. Portfolio. Projects. Shop. Books. The Last Dodo. Available. It gets printed by a printer close to your country. So, Yitzhak says, very good to hear. Glad he didn't rip it apart. He did not. He did not. National Open Farm Day. Another day for Deej. National Purebred Dog Day. Sassy's a purebred dog. National Purebred Dog Day celebrates the history, purpose, and future of purebred dogs. The Beagle has the most interesting future of all, being sent back through time by future Karogan scientists in order to spread love throughout the universe. National Rotate Your Beer Day. After water and tea, beer is the third most consumed drink in the world. Well, where's Coca-Cola? I think it's the third most. It must be number 4. New Homeowners Day. Celebrate your dream home with your entire family this new Homeowners Day. Philippines Labor Day. Phone-in sick day. What kind of bullshit is that? Join phone-in sick day celebrations and let us honor the worker and his rights. No, phone-in sick day doesn't celebrate workers' rights. It celebrates thieves. Save the Rhino Day. Why the hell would we want to save the rhino? A rhinoceros will kill you. I don't care how cute the baby rhino is. That mother rhino will impale you. You will die. School Principals Day. Make your principal feel special on School Principals Day. Fuck that. Principals are like unneeded bureaucracy. Silver Star Service Banner Day. Pay tribute to the brave on the Silver Star Service Banner Day. Therapeutic Massage Awareness Day. I'd like to be aware of therapeutic massage in my area. Take advantage of the day and get yourself a massage to help get rid of stress. Sure, stress. That's what I want. Worthy Wage Day. Celebrate the value of teachers by joining fair compensation movement on Worthy Wage Day. Right. Right. Now, what do we got? What do we got going on in the chat? Miss Lundell did Real Wordle in 4. I read that. Todd Jenny also did Real Wordle in 4. He was cooking. I read that. Stanley's has just got in 3. Got it in 3. Real Wordle in 3. Stanley says, didn't think that would be the word. Todd Jenny says, it's Maypole. Beltane is a pagan holiday. May be respectful or will hex you. Todd Jenny says, Global Love Day. Fondle that globe. Last Son of K says, son of a bitch. Bird rant. Todd Jenny says, sunflowers in my garden make me happy. Absolutely. Todd Jenny says, nephew of Ray can do connect the dot. Last Son of K says, lay day and couples day. Wouldn't that make today get laid day? Yitz 11 says, it's very good to hear. Glad you didn't rip it apart. Arabic Sander says, what about coffee? Captain Phantom Nerd, am I right? Gorilla's Random Thought says, our beagle was a pain in the ass. I was glad when the dog was gone. Oh. Galactus X says, I wouldn't object to a massage with a happy ending. Today should be happy ending day. Like we should start that day. Happy endings day. I don't know. I forget. Who do we need to get in touch with to start a new day? Probably just Twitter. Probably just Twitter. Oh, so yeah, a lot of flooding. A lot of flooding in my area last night. 55 Illinois crash with injuries, closes highways in both directions. A dust storm in Illinois causes multiple fatalities after 40 to 60 cars crash on major highway. Jesus Christ. It's the Dust Bowl Part 2. Landmark settlement expands dental coverage for New Yorkers with Medicaid. Medicaid. Oh, that's the one I don't have. I have Medicare. But out of curiosity, how do this? New Yorkers have one more thing to smile about. A historic settlement announced Monday will greatly expand dental coverage to New Yorkers with Medicaid, making it easier to afford crowns, root canals, dentures, and routine preventative care. The Legal Aid Society, along with law firms Winkley, Farr, and Gallagher, and Freshfields. Okay, that's a fucking enough. Blah, blah, blah. A class action lawsuit brought against New York State Department of Health in 2018 on behalf of Medicaid recipients in New York who were denied coverage by the state for medically necessary dental care. Under the old policy, New Yorkers with more than 4 pairs of teeth, more than 4 pairs of teeth, 8 or more back teeth touching, could have been denied coverage for crowns and root canals. In a press statement, the Legal Aid Society called that limit archaic and said it's not aligned with model dental standards in the US. Additionally, replacement dentures were not always deemed as medically necessary, and coverage for dental implants and related treatments were banned. The restrictions will now be eliminated as part of the settlement, lowering the threshold for New Yorkers trying to access certain procedures. Now, crowns or root canals will be covered under Medicaid if they are needed to help patient maintain a balanced and functional bite. More coverage will also be provided to help patients access preventative dental care. Now, with this settlement, millions of New Yorkers on Medicaid across the state will now have access to insurance coverage, a range of dental issues central to maintaining one's overall health. Well, the changes could help 5 million people across the state. That's wonderful. Who's paying for it? I mean, just they don't mention that it's going to hurt the other 25 million New Yorkers who have to pay for it. Texas governor goes out of his way to say Texas shooting victims are illegal immigrants. I heard about the shooting in Texas. I did not hear that they were illegal. Jack Dorsey no longer thinks Elon Musk is the right person to run Twitter. Oh, well, it's a little too late, Jack. You already took the money. Trump accuser defends bad claim after judge denies mistrial. Senator Ben Cardin won't seek re-election. France protests, more than 100 police hurt in May Day demonstrations. JP Morgan Chase takes over First Republic after FDIC seizes bank. I did not want to see that. I don't want to know my bank is taking over shitty banks. Trump motion to declare mistrial, some lawsuit denied. I'm guessing it's the same thing. Texas Governor Greg Abbott slammed for calling shooting victims illegal immigrants. Yeah, slammed by who, though? I mean, I'm sure the people on his side don't give a shit. But not that they don't give a shit to people who died. They don't give a shit that they were factually represented. Biden looks to strengthen ties with Philippines as Marcos visits White House. Yeah. Good luck. FDIC proposes broadening bank insurances for businesses. Again, who's going to pay? The godfather of AI leaves Google, warns of danger ahead. Okay. Let's see. What's the danger? No. This is just, there's going to be one of these really long stories. Way too long. Okay. Geoffrey Hinton was an artificial intelligence pioneer. In 2012, Hinton and two graduate students, University of Toronto, created technology that became intellectual foundation for the AI systems the tech industry's biggest companies believe is the key to their future. On Monday, however, he officially joined a growing chorus of critics who say those companies are racing toward danger with their aggressive campaign to create products based on generative artificial intelligence, the technology that powers popular chat box like ChatGPT.
Okay.
Dr. Hinton says he's quit his job at Google, where he's worked for more than a decade and became one of the most respected voices in the field, so he can freely speak out about the risks of AI. A part of him, he said, now regrets his life's work. I console myself on the normal excuse, if I hadn't done it, somebody else would have, Dr. Hinton said in a lengthy interview last week in the dining room of his home in Toronto. Gnawing at many industry insiders is the fear that they are releasing something dangerous into the world. Generative AI can already be a tool for misinformation. Soon it could be a risk to jobs. Somewhere down the line, tech's biggest worriers say it could be a risk to humanity. Well, we had a good run. We had a good run anyway, people. Yitza Lemon says every day should be a happy ending. I don't deny that. Captain Phantom Nerd says, what about coffee to Arabic? Arabic was saying, they were saying beer, and tea and beer after water and tea beer was the third most popular drink. So yes, where is coffee? Ms. Lodell is slammed by liberals and yeah, Texas governor. And Yitzhak says, I have become death, destroyer of worlds. Yeah, parallel the bomb with AI. Captain Phantom Nerds is Arabic find a true. I had not thought of that. Me either. Me either. Okay, it's time for Dear Bop. Dear Bop, if they do this Star Trek Legacy show, do you want Captain Shore to come back? What do you want with this show to be or not happen? Opinions, please. If they do Star Trek Legacy, well, the problem is I don't see where Captain Shore could fit in because he was supposed to be captain of the Titan, and now Seven is captain of the ship. So, I mean, I would have liked to see Captain Shore continue to be captain of the Titan and let Seven be captain of another ship, and Captain Shore could occasionally, you know, be somebody they bump into or whatever. But, you know, currently what they gave us, I just don't see how you bring Captain Shore back alive. It would be a really shitty way of doing so. And then what do you give him? You're like, well, shit, we gave your ship away because we thought you were dead. So I don't know. There's no good way of bringing Captain Shore back. Unfortunately, Terry Metalis screwed it up already. Dear Bob, you're so hard. That's the wrong you're. But I'm not, I can assure you, I am certainly not hard at the moment. No part of me is. Dear Bob, hello, I hope you can help. I am a 39-year-old woman who has been dating a man for a year. Things are going well, but I am nervous as he will be moving in, as we will be moving in together next month. More precisely, we will both be moving into my parents' house as they have left it to me. He has never been to this house. It's in another city, so it wasn't a problem before. But the house stinks. The house smells of old people. It's okay. The problem is my mom filled the house with photos of me from birth to my graduation from veterinary school. You're a vet. Sassy needs a vet. However, at birth, I was assigned the wrong gender. It took decades, but I fully and completely transitioned to the woman I am today. My boyfriend does not know. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Yes, it was that good. At this point, I feel like it's none of his business. He didn't ask. I never lied. But at this point, it seems no good can come of him finding an photo of the person I was never meant to be. Okay, obviously, this is bullshit. So my question is, oh shit, I hear him now. We'll have to finish this later. Karen, not the asshole type. Karen doesn't even have a fucking question. After all that shit. If this is, it's not real. It's not real. But if it were real, you're damn right it's his business. And you should have told him before you did anything. You should have told him before you started consider yourself dating.
Well, I appreciate it.
Dan Ben says, I've heard some people say the showrunner said he's thinking of introducing Captain Shaw's twin brother. I have not heard anybody suggest it. Arabic Sonder says they need to name another Titan. Even if they did Shaw's twin brother, I wouldn't want that because I want Captain Shaw, not his brother. Arabic is preferably Luna class. Mr. Londell says you're worried about bringing Shaw back. The entire concept of Star Trek Legacy is shit on an ice cream stick in the Texas summer sun. Yeah, Dave G. Sound says Kapla Karoga. Pop Culture Curator says hello guys, hello Pop Culture Curator. And Pop says Kapla Vertebrae, hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well, Pop Culture Curator. Dave G. Sound hails to Pop Culture Curator. Galactus X says the plot thickens, and I call BS on that story. Yeah, I call BS on this story too. Anyway, but there's no way. But if it were real, it is, you know, if you were born the other gender, you probably owe it. You definitely owe it to somebody you're dating to let them know. Okay? If it was meant to be, they won't care. And if they do care, it obviously wasn't meant to be. Dear Bot, I hope you can help me in all caps. My name is Bob, fake name. I am scared. I don't know how this works. This is my girlfriend's computer. I only have a few minutes until she is out of the shower. I am a trans man and have been living as my authentic self for 5 years now. My girlfriend is first woman I have been with as a man. She was supposed to be a one-night stand to test the equipment, but it turned into true love. Now we are moving in together, and I never told her I was born Barbara. As silly as it sounds, I'm afraid she will leave me. I mean, I don't get how she doesn't. Oh crap, here she comes. Exclamation points. 111. Delete, delete, format C:, delete. I see we're on a we're in a direction this week. Decided to go that way, huh? Well, once again, nobody asked a fucking question. Yitza says, so what did you do this Sunday? Well, I wrote 2 different Dear Bops that connect and giggled a lot about it. Apparently, yes, they were both written Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Right, Dear Bops. Okay, well, we moved on till today, so let's see. Oh my. Dear Bop, oh my. Do we think that was connected? What? Okay, Mom?
I'm emptying these big boxes
Oh.
today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we get orders from Amazon for the stuff we subscribe and save that comes every month, like big boxes of paper towels and stuff.
That's the light ones. Paper towels,
But
3 boxes of that.
we have boxes of Sassy's wee wee pads and things. They come in big, and laundry detergents. They come in big, heavy boxes that Mama Frey is going through. And open, they always come on the 1st or thereabouts the 1st. So, and tonight is the night that they pick up the recycling. So Mama Frey has to take everything out of the boxes, then cut up the boxes, then wrap them in twine so that the recycling will take the boxes. Then bring the boxes outside, but not put them on the curb until 8 p.m. Because if you put them on the curb before 8 p.m., the city will fine us. Admiral Teague says, hail, Berto Frey. Hail, Admiral Teague. Antiderivative Jill says, happy birthday, Sassy. Kapla, Antiderivative Jill, and thank you. Sassy, thanks you. Galactus X has 2 transgressions in the email so far. Dear Bob, Washington, D.C. Many are praising President Biden for his swift and decisive leadership this morning. In a set of forceful and clear remarks to the country's financial system, he called on all banks to stop collapsing immediately. Hey there, banks. Yeah, you stop it. I mean it, not a joke, said the president to a smiley face written on his thumb in a Sharpie he mistook for one of his nieces. You've collapsed long enough. I say no more. That's enough, banks. Cut it out right now. Or so help me, I'll count to 10. The president then attempted to count to 10, but got lost somewhere around the number 4 when he came distracted by the smiling face on his thumb and began sniffing it. Oh, honey, I like your shampoo. What was I saying again? Mainstream media, politicians, Wall Street bankers all joined the call for banks to stop collapsing, vowed never to hold anyone accountable for any of this if it's the last thing they do. At Publishing Times, the bank had still not heeded the president's command. I just want to go back to the transgenders remarks. Dear Sister O'Prey, on this most wonderful day of your birth, it's not Sis O'Prey's birthday, we come to ask you to replace the bird father and we'll take Beagle Bits off the menu for good, along with changing the name of the restraint. Signed, CEO of CFD, Caroga Fired Beagles, future Berto Frey 5. P.S. Past Berto Frey 5. Remember not to watch any show with the number 3 and 1 in the name. You will thank me. PPS, actually PSS, which is the wrong thing. Well, you will, but not your fans. They will miss on a 4-hour rant. Dear Bob, would it be better to drive the 862 miles to Dallas, which is a 14-hour drive, or fly down there? If I fly, it's about the same amount of time with a layover And I also have to drive 180 miles in the opposite direction to get to airport with a flight down there. How is that conceivable? Any airport you go should have a flight to Dallas. So with a layover, you still can't get to Dallas, then I would drive. If you have a safe car, if you have a car that you can trust that would make it, I would drive. Otherwise, you need to rent a car, I assume, once you get to Dallas anyway. Pop culture curator says, happy birthday, Sassy. We share the same birthday. Happy birthday, pop culture curator. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear pop culture curator. Happy birthday to you. Yay, Sassy and Connie, share your birthday. Connie is Joseph's dog. So Anti-Dude Jill says happy birthday to pop culture curator. Dan Venn says don't watch Warehouse 13. Yeah, if I don't watch any shows with a 1 or 3 in it. I've seen like 3 seasons of Warehouse 13. Pop culture curator thanks Anti-Derivative Jill. Dan Venn said there have been many TV shows with numbers in the title. Yes, there have been. Admiral Teague says, oh, wow. Happy birthday, pop culture curator. Yitz11 says, a lot of birthdays today. Kai has his birthday too. Yeah, I saw that. Kai's birthday is today. Blake 7 as an example of a series with a number in it. Yitz11 says, also happy birthday to pop culture curator. And pop culture curator says, OMG. Thanks, Bert. You're welcome. Absolutely happy birthday. Dear Bob, Star Trek meme. Data, you need to get an iPhone like everyone else. Sorry, I will always be an Android guy. Come on. That's a solid C- on the Star Trek memes. Dear Bob, what happened to Han Solo after he was released from Carbonite in Return of the Jedi? He became carbon neutral. R. Dear Bob, have you ever had to throw out an entire box of animal crackers? I have. The label said, do not eat if seal is broken. And sure enough, one of those little bastards had its head broken clean off. Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, there are no seals in animal crackers. Okay, there's lions, there's elephants, there's bears, maybe tigers, giraffes. I don't know, but there are certainly no seals. Dear Bob, compliments to Thomas Potts and his Pittsburgh Pirates, currently the best record in baseball. Really, congrats to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Dear Bob, Laura Reloaded just posted a video and referenced something called an anti-trucker or something like that. Do you know what an anti-trucker is? Yeah, I saw that video. That was really strange how he mentioned this anti something or other. I don't know. I've never heard of it. I was going to ask Salty if he ever heard of them, but I got busy. Dear Bob, I'm looking to book a flight from Karoga, and the cheapest option appears to be Frontier Airlines. Would you recommend them? Fuck no. No. No, don't fly Frontier. Don't fly Spirit. In fact, don't fly. Just drive. Rent a car and drive.
Oh, Sassy, Grandma.
Anyway. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you. Does one life to live count? It does count as having a number in it, yes. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes to Sassy. Thank you for listening to me confess my sins today and for not hating me for it. We're still tired. We're still getting over everything that's gone on this weekend. I do need to go and eat something and get ready and probably go to sleep early tonight. So thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. I thank you guys who Yvette and LDG for the buying extra subscriptions, the gift subscriptions earlier today. Thank you to the super chats. Thank you to Not Ryan Johnson for the generous free stream donation for Sassy's birthday. I appreciate it. I thank you all. And it's Monday, so Wednesday we'll be continuing with Enterprise. Words and Pictures is Cheers Bird. Thank you, sir, for being so open. Stanley says just tweet. No, I'm not. I'm not putting Sassy down. Oh my God. Last on the case says thank you, Bird. Good evening to you. Mama Pray.
Wait, I have
Sassy.
something to say.
You have something to say, Mama
Yeah.
Pray?
Whoever said about putting Sassy down, I really believe he put me down before Sassy.
No.
Joking, guys, joking.
Dave G says, have a great evening. Have a great evening, Dave G. Kapla all. Bird out.